We have been following this case for a few years now, and if it wasn't hard enough losing their mother from this hereditary disease, the brothers were being blamed for her death. But tonight, the Baylog brothers finally got the justice they deserve.
When he told me the outcome, I just instantly started crying because I was so happy, and it's so emotional.
Grant and Gabe Baylog breathing a collective sigh of relief after learning they will not be charged with the murder of their mother, Vicky, who suffered from a rare genetic wasting disease called ataxia. She was just 52 when the disease that slowly destroys the nerve fibers in the brain and spinal cord took her life. The same degenerative disease that killed her mother, 3 brothers, and 5 uncles. Her son, Gabe, who also suffers from ataxia, didn't want to be interviewed because of his worsening symptoms.
The disease itself ruins your life, so to have something else ruin your life too is pretty horrible.
And it almost did. Instead of institutionalizing their mother when her symptoms progressed, they followed their mother's dying wish and cared for her inside her Trenton home. But when she died in 2016, an investigation, or according to the Baylog's attorneys, lack thereof, led to the Wayne County prosecutor charging them with adult abuse and murder. The lower court dismissed the case, but the Wayne County prosecutor, Kim Worthy, pursued the criminal charges, taking it all the way to the Michigan Court of Appeals.
And it was a blatant overreach on the part of the state to charge her sons with first-degree murder, okay, for abiding by her wishes and trying to take care of her the best they could.
Attorney Kevin Samowski and the Flood Law team helped fight this battle for the brothers over the last 4 years. They just learned, in a rare move, the Michigan Supreme Court reversed the appellate court's decision and reinstated the order of the 33rd District Court, which initially dismissed the case. The judge pointed to the progressive nature of the disease and their mother's capacity to make her own medical decisions.
They pointed out what we've been trying to point out for a long time, that the Baylog brothers did nothing more than try to take care of their mother, and it was her wishes.
Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy responded, saying, quote, "I disagree with the ruling in this case. The Michigan Supreme Court filed a terse order without an opinion in this matter. It's our position that MSC acted in error correcting Michigan Court of Appeals because that is not their role. The Court of Appeals correctly found that once the district court determined that a question of fact existed, the case should have been bound over to the trial court. In reversing, the court made their own determination of the sufficiency of evidence. We will not be appealing this further, but this case represents a disturbing instance of MSC inserting itself in a clear question of fact," end quote. The Baylog brothers may have won the battle, but they are still fighting the war against the debilitating disease. Grant, who planned to care for his brother Gabe, just as they did for their mother, was also recently diagnosed with ataxia.
That was the plan. And then I found out that it's going to happen to me too. So we're still trying to figure out, going forward, what we should totally do. Obviously, we've seen it our entire lives. So you kind of just accept it. If you don't, then you're going to be super depressed all the time.
Yeah, so very sad. And Grant says they now need to find someone to care for them. But one thing they will make sure to do and make it clear in writing how they want to be cared for, so this doesn't happen to anyone else. Monica?
Tara, because this is a relatively rare disease, not many people really, truly understand it.
And that's right, and that's what Attorney Kevin Samowski said was the crux of the problem with this case. Investigators never consulted the experts or the family who had a history and knew about ataxia and how the mother was treated. He told me, he's been doing this a long time, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime type of case where you really get to see justice at work. So The brothers are going to try to live the best of their lives in the time that they have left.
We hope they can find some peace. Thanks, Taryn.